everyone, my name is Manisha and I am an extemper from Charlotte, North Carolina, and today this video will be explaining substructure within an extemp speech. So obviously everyone knows about the basic structure of an extemp speech: intro, 3 body paragraphs, conclusion, but the way you can really take your speech to the next level is by including structure within that structure, also known as substructure. Now, substructure not only makes it easier for you to organize your thoughts, but when you are more clear and concise in how you're speaking, your judge will follow the flow of your speech even more, and that will result in a higher rank, which is good for everyone. So let's get on with it. Exactly how you do substructure. So you do a substructure with the subpoint A, B, and C for each one of your body paragraphs. So the subpoint A is called the background or the status quo. So in your subpoint A, it's where you explain the issue in the question as it is. So say something that's happening in the news right now. The tensions between North and South Korea was the topic of your question. So in the A subpoint, you would maybe explain historical facts on how the tensions have been in that area. Or you could explain maybe recent firing within the DMZ, or how their political leaders have said derogatory comments about each other or something. Just whatever you have to illustrate how the tensions exist within the area. And obviously here you need to include 1 or 2 sources to back up your points. And like I said, history is a really good fit for the A subpoint because it really gives the deeper background knowledge on the issue. But then in your B subpoint, it's how your answer to the question changes the status quo. So that's really showing how what you're saying will happen as a result of the question really means anything at all. So going back to the Korea example, say your B subpoint, if war did break out in the area, there might be widespread killings of the Korean people. South Korea might have to face an immigrant crisis on its borders. North Korea might set off nuclear weapons. Who knows what it is? Depending on what sources you have and what you think the best argument is, the B subpoint is where you really hammer home how your answer specifically will change the status quo, will change things as they are right now. But the C subpoint, also known as the impact, is really what's important in making your speech stick in the mind of the judge. It really tells the judge why they should be listening to the speech in the first place, why they should care about the question. So the impact is really the long withstanding results of your speech and of what you predict will happen. So going back to the Korea example, the impacts might be the entire world might be put at risk if North Korea detonates its nuclear weapons, or the United States can never hope of fixing relations in the region because North Korea is just too unstable, etc., etc. Take it in whatever direction you want, depending on what sources you have, again. But the impact is really what you want to have the judge remember in the future, because that's really the reason that they're listening in the first place. So to recap really quickly, within each one of your body paragraphs, so in the first, second, and third, you need to have the substructure. The A subpoint is the status quo or background, where you want to include 1 or 2 sources on how the problem stands as it is. The B subpoint is how your answer changes status quo. Again, backed up with sources on how your answer will have any effect on the issue and what those effects might be. And the C subpoint, also known as the impact, is hammering home why the judge should care and what are the long-term impacts of the question and of your answer. So I hope you guys found this video informative, and by incorporating the substructure, your speech will be taken to the next level. Thanks guys, see you later.